Love the drape on this. It's just got such a pretty drape. This is awesome. When you're talking about that extender on the back of his jewelry, this is what's really cool about this. This is at its longest length, and this is at its shortest length. So let's say one day you're wearing a turtleneck like I am. You can see I've got tons of room to work with my turtleneck, right? Because you think, oh, it's a little more bulky. But then if I had a white blouse and I wanted this to fit perfectly inside the V of that collar, how gorgeous is this gonna be to fill that white blouse when you're wearing it? So here it is on the shortest length on me, perfect filler for wearing a blouse or a V-neck. Do you have a V-neck and you're like, oh, I don't really wanna wear it long with it. I want something to fill that V. This is your perfect choice in the show. And this one is our Chrysocolla. It is a whole collection. We have the matching earrings. And once again, I have a beautiful ring to go back to it. So Jay, at first glance, a lot of people would think this could be a turquoise.
You know, it's kind of funny you say that because, you know, there's a lot of, okay, back in the 70s, which, you know, your parents, you know, I've probably run across them in some place, right?
Yes.
Travels.
Well, they were very fascinated with Native American jewelry and turquoise especially.
Yeah, and you do a lot of the crafts fairs. You know, like God, you know, that was such a huge part of my life at one time. I will tell you right now, with Chrysocolla, the reason I'm telling you the story is that a lot of the turquoises that were sold in the late 60s, early 70s were actually forms of Chrysocolla.
Really?
But back then, you didn't really test, right? Nobody tested. There was no GIA test. I mean, you know, GIA just started really most recently in the late 70s, early 80s is when they actually developed the tests for turquoise.
Well, that's interesting.
And they actually started, being able to analyze turquoise. So back in the day, a lot of the Chrysocollas that people have that look like turquoise were sold as turquoises, but they're really Chrysocolla. Chrysocolla is only a couple elements off being turquoise.
No kidding.
So that's why. But let me tell you something with Chrysocolla and what makes this material and these designs so amazing, right? Chrysocolla is really, really rare, especially in this quality. You just don't find it throughout the world. It's really, really hard to get. Now, can you find Chrysocolla? Absolutely. Can you find it in this grade? Absolutely not. This is like premium grade. I got this from Bruce Barlow, who, anybody ever should be called the Indiana Jones of Rockhound is not me, it's Bruce. This guy is insane. Oh my God. You think I'm weird? I mean, he's insane. Okay, he will hang upside down with a tie rope in a bat cave to take that, because he found a seam of something and he'll chisel it out of the bat cave. I mean, he is just crazy. I mean, what he does. I mean, he would be a great movie. This is from his private collection. He got this, he mined it out. It was a small stope, comes from Mexico. It is some of the finest Chrysocolla you're ever gonna see. This is the final last design that we did. We always save the biggest and the boldest for last, right? This is the best of that material. This is it. The specimens that I have sitting here in front of me on the table are the last remaining material that I have. I have no more of this material at all. There will never be any more of this material. This material was mined well over a decade ago. So if you want this in your collection, this is a great opportunity, and it's a great design. It's one of the big, bold designs we did.
It's a really pretty design. And again, you know, under $100. If you go to Santa Fe or Taos or anywhere down in New Mexico, if you go to the little store I went to on my street here in where we live in Florida, this necklace would be in the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars. And it really was funny timing, Jay, that I was doing your show. And I didn't do it on purpose. I just wanted to go into the shop because I'd never been in there before. And my mouth was agape. I was just like, oh, look at the prices for their turquoise in here and for their jewelry. It was amazing. Anyway, just understand this is
beautiful stuff.
They have beautiful stuff, but Jay, can I tell you? I was like, oh, I got a serious reality check. I was like, okay, we really do have great prices here at HSN. This is a great example of it. All right, guys, we have the ring, 5 through 12. I've got the matching earrings. We're gonna kind of pop over that one. The ruby is coming up, one of your favorites. You guys have made a customer pick out of it. I will give you a heads up. It's limited going into it. A lot of you already chose that ruby necklace, and